everybody, I'm Maren, and this is my husband, Dallin.
We're just two ordinary people who fell in love and had some kids.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about the ups and downs of marriage, parenting, and pretty much anything else.
We promise to keep things real and maybe even make you laugh.
We also talk to some people who know a lot more than we do. We hope this is a place where you can feel understood, enlightened, and entertained.
Thank you for joining, both of us.
Hello, and welcome to episode 3 of the Both of Us podcast. We're so glad that you could join us, and we're so grateful for those of you that have joined us so far. As a big thank you to those who have already tuned into the show, we are launching a massively awesome giveaway.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
That involves our favorite place and the happiest place on earth.
McDonald's, right?
Wait, you're not supposed to let anyone know that we eat McDonald's.
Everyone loves McDonald's. We all just pretend like we don't, but we all eat there. It's very good.
Anyways, we're going to be giving away 2 tickets to Disneyland.
1, 2. Count them on both of your hands like our little 2-year-old goes. 2. 2.
So we are so excited that so many have already tuned in and left kind reviews and subscribed. So this is our little gift to you.
Anyone is eligible. In order to enter the giveaway, you need to do 4 simple things. 1, subscribe to our podcast. 2, share the giveaway on Facebook or Instagram. 3, follow us on Instagram. 4, tag someone in the comments.
We are on Instagram at Both of Us Podcast.
At Both of Us Podcast.
For each person you tag in the comments of the giveaway post, you will get an extra entry.
What?
That's all you have to do. And we will have instructions and links in the show notes. Don't worry. Everyone go enter it right now.
But wait, there's more. For 5 extra entries, leave the podcast a review. That's 5 entries for doing one thing. Just leaving us a review on the podcast.
For another entry, share the giveaway on your Instagram story or like our Facebook page.
Perfect. If any of that doesn't make any sense, visit our website, bothofus.net. All of these details will be outlined there as well as in the show notes for this episode. And no worries, if you've already done some of these things, your entries will still be counted as long as you have done those first 4.
Hooray! Thank you all so much. We love our listeners already, so go enter.
Yay! So, in honor of our giveaway, and just because we always talk about Disney at home, today's episode is going to be focused on that. It's going to be fun. Maren is a little bit more, maybe an understatement, Disney obsessed than me, but I love Disney. I just won't take the blame for the episode.
Hey. Okay, so let's get started. I'm super excited for this episode. We're going to be talking about Disneyland. We're going to talk about doing Disneyland with a baby. Some Disneyland hacks. And, of course, just a long list of some of our Disneyland favorites. We hope that it will be so enjoyable for you as it will be for us because, well, I'm a Disney freak. Dallin just comes along for the ride. And we'll finish it out with a lightning round.
Awesome. I can handle that. Okay, so once upon a time, when I was trying to convince Mare to marry me, she gave me 2 requirements. The first one was to always and forever play music for her.
For those that don't know, Dallin is an incredible musician.
That's nice of you to say. I think you're the only one that thinks that. And number 2, take her to Disneyland every year. You might think this is a joke, but it's not a joke. This is my real life, everyone. This is the life that I live. If we were homeless, every ounce of our money and savings that we had left would go to our yearly Disneyland trip. So,
hey, a girl's gotta eat.
A bunch of churros, that's true.
Dang straight.
So far, we've achieved the goal, and we actually did that. We've gone 2 times while you were pregnant.
Yeah. And let me just say, the only downside was not being able to ride Space Mountain. But the ability to hide all the weight I was gaining from eating about 30 churros in the span of 3 days, it was heavenly. Prego Disneyland trips are the best. And because of them, I would now consider myself an expert on Disneyland bathrooms. I know where even the secretest ones are.
Oh, even the one that Walt Disney used?
You mean the one that he still uses?
Wait. Mare, do you not know that Walt...
No what?
Oh, no. Never mind. So,
Okay, so last year we did our first Disney trip with a baby and a pretty active 9-month-old baby. And this year, you better believe we'll be doing Disney again with 2 toddlers. So we'll have to do a follow-up episode about what we learned there. But we did learn a lot from doing it with a baby, and we've made a list of our favorite Disney baby hacks.
We have made a list. Are you ready for this list? Here's the number 1, and this might be more me than you, but 1 is that we stayed within walking distance of the park, and that was awesome. Stay close to the park. I know it's not always an option, and it seems like it would be more expensive, but if you find an Airbnb, which we found, you don't have to worry about parking, so you save money there, and they're actually usually cheaper than the hotels are. We also had the freedom to go home during the day since we were so close, which is perfect for the babies. You can come home for naps, changing the clothes. It was just the perfect situation with little people.
We also had an awesome stroller that Hudson slept in, so we actually rarely had to go back to the house, but I love just loading everything up in the stroller and walking to the park. And for those rare occasions, being able to easily go home without doing the whole parking chaotic situation.
Yeah, that's always nice. Well, in the second one, speaking of strollers, we had no idea. Well, I guess I had no idea that everyone has a stroller in Disneyland. I was shocked when I suddenly realized all the throngs of strollers. I only realized that after being a parent. But there are a lot of stroller parking options outside of the rides. So, and most of them actually have like on-duty stroller cast members that watch all of your stuff.
Not all of them, but quite a few. And that was really surprising and really nice.
Yeah.
I rarely stressed about leaving stuff in our stroller because of those cutie cast members standing there.
No, it was nice for sure to have them there. The third one that we have, one of my favorite parts of being in Disneyland with a baby is that everywhere you eat, even like the fanciest places like the Blue Bayou that is connected to the Pirates ride, you're surrounded by kids wherever you go. I don't love eating out with kids because it's so hard, and our kids are wonderful, but they're crazy. But there it was fine. Like Hudson could be yelling and dropping food and going crazy, and nobody cared because there were kids everywhere. We had all those perks of eating out without like the terror of bringing a baby into a restaurant.
And more power to those of you who pack lunches and eat PB&Js in the park.
Super parents.
And that is just not us. Part of our trip to Disneyland is that we love to take advantage of the delicious food, and we pretty much eat every meal in the park. And it was a big relief to realize that babies were 100% welcome in every restaurant, and that they even offer toddler meals in a lot of them if you just ask.
It's different than like a kid's meal. It's
Yeah,
even small.
you have to ask for it. But it's usually just like a little bowl of finger foods like Cheerios and small cut up fruit and stuff. And that is Disney magic if I ever saw it.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. We've got 2 more hacks. Let's share the baby swap hack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that most people know about this, but for those who don't, baby swap is heaven sent.
It's awesome. All you have to do is go up to the cast member at the entrance of the line and tell them that you have a baby. They will give you a little pass that you will give to the person who stays with the baby while the other one rides the ride. Then when you're done riding, the baby watcher can use that pass to enter through the fast pass line. In short, if you've got a baby, ask for the baby pass and you'll both be able to ride the ride really quickly instead of having to wait in the super long line.
It's pretty sweet. And to further the benefit of Baby Swap, you can get fast passes to that ride first. Then the first person uses their fast pass and grabs a Baby Swap pass. Then the next person uses their fast pass and grabs a Baby Swap pass again. Then you can both go again through the fast pass line, if that makes sense.
We rigged the system.
They definitely noticed what we were doing, but basically because of Baby Swap, we got to ride all of the fast pass eligible rides twice.
So write that down, everyone. Skip back 30 seconds, listen to it a couple times, and then you'll get it. You'll get what we're saying.
Okay, so the last baby hack is my favorite, and I will explain it by way of a story.
Please do.
So when we were in Disneyland, Hudson was partly breastfeeding, partly bottle fed.
Yes.
And my sweet mother, who was in Disneyland with us, rode California Screaming with Hudson's bottle in the pocket of her hoodie. And it flew out on the ride, and we lost it. And it was like our golden bottle, like the one bottle he would take. And so we weren't sure what to do after the bottle was lost. We went to a gift shop to try and buy a bottle, and obviously none of the Disney gift shops sell bottles. And I wasn't sure what to do, so I asked a cast member, and they worked their Disney magic, and they got on the walkie, and this cast member literally ran with me across the park to this magical baby center. It's a room that's pretty well hidden, but if you ask someone, they'll show it to you in every main area of the park. And they just have this well-stocked mother's room. They're full of diapers, wipes, bottles, rocking chairs, nursing rooms, and even TVs playing Disney movies in some of them, so you can sit and nurse or bottle feed in a peaceful, quiet environment while enjoying some Tangled. And they ended up just giving me a bottle for free, which was amazing. Shout out to Disney. So yes, mother's rooms. They are awesome. Ask where they are. Disney, you rock my world.
You think that's cool Disney magic. What about the person that was just hanging out, really needed a bottle, and then all of a sudden a bottle falls out of the sky and lands in their hands? What? How did Disneyland know?
They're just standing on the side of California Screaming, and a bottle hits them in the head.
Like, oh, there it is. We've been waiting all day for a bottle.
Oh, but this is why I love Disneyland. They really do take care of you.
They do. They better. You pay them a lot of money, so
a lot of money.
They better take care of you. Oh, dear. Okay, let's do a Disneyland lightning round. What's your favorite Disneyland treat? Go!
So is this even necessary to say yet again? Churros, duh. You?
Oh, I also love the churros. I don't know what it is. I just think that when I'm there, I'm just really in the mood to spend $5 to $6 on a 10-cent treat. It makes me so happy. I love I don't know why I love the churros so much there, but I do.
Mm-hmm. But we'll give a special mention to Dole Whips.
Sure.
And beignets.
Yep.
Love those. What's your favorite ride?
The Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh, that was a good pirate impression.
I always get teased because I'm just so excited to go down there and sit and just ride in the circle. It's awesome. I love pirates. I've loved it since I was a kid. What about you?
So this answer is pretty complicated for me. I guess by default it's Peter Pan because that was my favorite as a kid.
Okay.
But lately it's been Splash Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
I love Splash Mountain. I just do.
You do love Splash
It's
Mountain?
fun.
Just some
It's
context.
thrilling. It's equal thrilling plus just your basic Disney magic.
Just some context for everyone listening at home. It was raining super bad one of the times that we went. And we were actually with my side of the family. My parents and siblings were there. And it was just a torrential downpour. And everyone was tired and cold and wet. And Maren just wanted to ride Splash Mountain one more time. And so we all did. I just love it. Like the ride that makes you super wet. It was completely empty line. But it was kind of fun to ride it in the rain.
Yeah. It was. Yep, I was right.
Okay, well, how about your favorite land in Disneyland?
Hands down, New Orleans Square.
Oh, that's a great place to be.
It's just the environment of it. I love pretty much every restaurant there. I love looking at the boats. I love all of the rides. I could just live there.
Yeah, it's a good place.
What about you?
My favorite place is Frontierland. It's awesome. You got Thunder Mountain Railroad, which is a classic, and it just reminds me of home. We live in a place that has that color of rock everywhere. So it's an awesome place. It's a home away from home.
And they have that saloon where you can eat really good root beer floats.
The Golden Horseshoe.
I'm surprised you didn't say, like, Tomorrowland or something.
Well, you know what it probably will be in the next few months? Star Wars Land.
Oh, yeah, duh. That will trump it all.
I've never been there, and it's not open, so I can't.
That will trump it all.
Say that one. I have kind of liked the Futureland Star Wars theme they've been doing lately. If you haven't been in a while, they have all that stuff everywhere, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, we love Star Wars in our family a little too much. Okay, here's a fun one. What's your favorite Disney smell? You know it's full of smells.
My favorite, every time I think of Disneyland, I think of this smell.
You know it's true.
Smell. Well, I just have to go back on a pirate adventure. I think the Pirates ride has a smell, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it smells good. Actually, hey, I totally remember learning what the smell on the Pirates ride is.
What is it?
They have tons of people that are going through all of their water rides in the park, right? And so tons of people touch the water and things fall in the water. So they have to keep the water clean because it's sitting water. And usually the way that you clean water, like at pools and stuff, is with chlorine. So it could smell like a swimming pool if they use chlorine. But funny enough, when they were actually starting the park, they didn't want to use chlorine in their water because it's actually harmful. Like chlorine can cause problems, especially for kids. Mm-hmm. They want to make it as kid-friendly as possible, so they use another cleaning solution called bromine. It's like chlorine, but it cleans the water the exact same. It's just a little bit more expensive. And the smell of bromine is what you smell in all of the water rides of the park. That distinct Disney smell is that special chemical that they put in there that most pools don't because it's more expensive.
That's awesome.
Bet
Thank you for sharing.
Know that.
I didn't.
Okay, favorite smell. What's your favorite smell?
So it really is a toss-up between, I just really love that like basic old ride smell. Like when you are just in one of the old dark rides because it's nostalgic. Mm-hmm. But
that dusty smell.
I genuinely love the smell when you're walking down Main Street and you pass the ice cream parlor. It just smells so good. And it always makes me want to get ice cream. And it just smells like I'm back in time.
Back in the day when you would walk down the main street of the US of A.
Main Street, USA.
Okay, next question is, what are our favorite places to eat in Disneyland?
I guess you could say we aren't like foodies in general in our life, but we are Disney foodies.
I don't even know what a foodie is.
Oh, you need to get with the times. A foodie is someone who's passionate about food. It is a common phrase.
Well, I believe you. I'm not as hip as you.
We're not, but you know what I'm saying? We're not constantly like looking for new places to eat out.
Sure.
We pretty much stick to like sushi or Thai food in our regular life.
Right.
But in Disneyland, the food is equally important to the rest of the environment for us.
And let's be honest, it's not equally as good. There are some good places and there are some bad places. There's some places I'm like, I spent $12 on this boiled hamburger. This is terrible.
Geppetto's little place.
Never go to Geppetto's. As long as you live, stay away.
So the first place that comes to mind that I love eating is the French Market restaurant.
Oh, the French Market.
It's in New Orleans Square, and it's so good. My favorite thing to get there is the corn chowder and the bread bowl. It's good.
My favorite place to eat is the Blue Bayou restaurant. It is not an every trip place because it's ridiculously expensive. But at some point in time, if you want to do it, it's well worth it because it's very good food and it's a very fun environment. And I thought I would regret doing it, but I don't. It was very fun.
It's that restaurant in the Pirates ride. The environment cannot be beat and the food is to die for.
And it's kid friendly.
Yes, it is expensive though.
You do need to get reservations for it as well beforehand.
And side note, the ice cubes in the drinks there are actually like glowing plastic ice cubes, and those are still Hudson's favorite toys.
Yeah.
It's funny. Another honorable mention is the Pizza Port.
Red Rockets Pizza Port.
Red Rockets Pizza Port. It's right next to Space Mountain. We eat there every time, and I guess it's just because it's simple and good. The salads are good, and the pasta is yummy, and the pizza is yummy. It's just an easy eat that we always enjoy.
It is, and I bet the true, foodies? The true foodies that are listening to this are probably rolling their eyes at our recommendations, but it's the food we like, okay?
It is good. Like these places really are so yummy. And not anywhere you eat, but most of the places you eat will be pretty enjoyable. And we mentioned earlier the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor, the
Golden Horseshoe.
The Golden Horseshoe, where you can get root beer floats, are some of our other favorites.
See, some old-timey entertainment.
What is your most memorable Disneyland experience?
I honestly think bringing my own kids back has been the best thing in the whole world. I loved watching Hudson the first time that we brought him there. He was tiny, but he knew who Pooh Bear was, and he was so happy I distinctly remember going on the Pooh Bear ride and riding around with him and how just amazed he was and how happy he was about it. Same with Small World. And that's cute. That's what it's there for. It's not for me and you. It's for bringing our kids there, and they have fun, and that's fun.
My worst Disneyland memory was when I was 6 or 7 years old, and I've always been very short for my age. And my mom took me on a mommy-daughter Disneyland trip. And I was so excited because I was sure I was finally big enough to ride Indiana Jones. And we went through that entire line, standing in the cave and everything, only to get to the entrance to the ride and find out I was too short. And that was so sad. We just had to walk slothfully back through that cave as I cried because I couldn't ride the ride. But you know what my mom did after that was we went and bought 2 pairs of the same shoes, and she cut off the soles of the other ones and glued them to the bottom of the shoes I was wearing so that I could be tall enough to ride the rides. So there's another little Disneyland hack, parents with short children. And I don't want to suggest something unsafe. I'm talking about your kids who are 12 years old and still somehow too short to ride everything like me.
This was last year, guys. She still has these shoes.
And since you stole my favorite Disneyland memory of going back with Hudson, I will say when I was pregnant with Hudson, the first time I felt Hudson kick was our trip to Disneyland. And that was magical. It was magic in the magical place.
It was magic in the Magic Kingdom. Wow. We went to the Magic Kingdom and had the magic happen.
Okay, well, I feel like we could ask 500 questions, so let's just stop there.
Let's just stop there. Guys, you should go to Disneyland. And guess what? I have 2 tickets right here with me right now. If you would like to go, again, go and subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already done that. Then go and share this giveaway on Facebook or Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and then tag at least one person in the comments.
But if you tag more, you'll get more entries. And like we said, 5 extra entries for leaving us a review. Or just if you found value in this episode, but you don't want to enter the giveaway, go and leave us a review.
Yeah, you don't have to enter the giveaway.
If you work for Disneyland, this was free advertising, so go leave us a review.
If you are Walt Disney, because he's totally still alive, Mare, then you're welcome, Walt.
Again, thank you so much for listening. We really hope you will go and enter our giveaway, and we are really excited for the lucky person who is going to get 2 free tickets to Disneyland. We are so grateful for those that have already tuned in, and we are just so excited that we've been able to start this podcast, and we hope you're enjoying it so far, and that you will check in next week when we will have Aubrey Grossen from the Mamahood blog joining us to talk about infertility, marriage, funny stories, and everything. It's going to be a really great interview.
She is really awesome. And guys, this is so much fun. Thank you so much for helping our dreams come true, as cheesy as that sounds, of being able to do some fun creative work together. We hope that you have enjoyed what you've been listening to, and just know every listen counts. Every time you listen to this podcast, you're actually helping us to be able to keep creating awesome content like this for you.
So please like, subscribe, review, and reach out to us through email by emailing us at bothofuspodcast@gmail.com, or just reach out to us through social media. We're so grateful for you.
And visit our website, bothofuS.net, if you'd like to read some awesome blog posts from Maren.
Or get the show notes for this episode.
Thanks for listening.